Hi folks, today is day 5 and I decided to lay over and enjoy the island a little bit more. I've added a couple of charts here just of the close-in area of the island and some of the facilities that are close by. It's kind of a crowded bay. It might not be an area that you'd want to go to in peak season because of the amount of traffic that you're probably going to see. All right, this morning I moved the solar panels around to angle best to the sun when it comes from behind the tree. Right now the tree is still blocking it, but hopefully that will change. I'm going to take you up on a little hike here up to the east side of this island. The sun is shining this morning. A little bit of a breeze out of the east. I think it's kind of coming around the island here, but I went up here last night just to see if there was any firewood around, and there is some larger trees that I could cut that are down, and I think they're held by the limbs enough that I could cut fairly easy with the sweet saw. That's got a nice sharp blade, but you need to have a firm hold on the log. Site's been used a lot because there's a pretty established trail back here through the woods. And here's some examples of the downed wood I was talking about. That one's a little rotten, but there's some better ones up here. That one there I think is solid, and it's still held up by the roots. Here's a big one that I think also is solid. And here's a view out to the east of the island. You can really feel the breeze here now. Here's an interesting tree it just split away from its main body there. I'm trying to get down without breaking my neck, because maybe to go this way would be better. I'll go under the tree. Go out on the end of the peninsula here. This is a little higher ridge. Up here you can see nice fall colors over there. Probably where it should be, right there for sun this morning, that little bay. Yeah, let's walk out here. It's quite a fall down to that. I'd say good 30 feet or more. So watch your step. There you get a little bit better scope. I'm about that height right there where that ridge is. No birds singing, not a sound except for the waves. After returning to the boat, I decided in the afternoon to go ahead and complete a trip all the way around the island on the trail, and took a few photos, and that's what you're seeing here now. Here's an overhead Google shot of the rough track of where the trail runs around the island. All right, folks, here we are at the interior of Shanty Sanctuary, and we're looking at the refrigerator freezer bunk side of the boat. Underneath is where I keep my refrigerator, the Iceco. It's a 76 quart, I think. It's a 2-compartment freezer fridge combination. You see my solar generator, and this powers that refrigerator. And on top, my solar panels power this generator. Right now I'm down to 22%. It was at 15 this morning. This bunk is a very small one, so only a short person can be in that bunk and sleep. Although I have napped in it, I am kind of short. And here's an extension, galley area. I don't use it as often as I thought I would. I may eventually remove it just so that there is a little more headroom here on this bunk. Right now I have the cover for the 2-burner stove lifted up. Oftentimes that's down so I can use that as additional counter space, but right now it's up. I also have a cover for the sink that I built, and that again adds more counter space. In addition, I added this grate. A friend of mine, Gary, gave me the suggestion, and so I added this, and that has been just really very helpful because I can put that big pot on there. That big stainless pot in the background is for heating water to wash dishes, and it just sets there when I'm not using it. And underneath, I'll take the towel away so you can see there's my heater, which more than handles the heat for this boat. I don't have any issues. If I stir that up to high levels, it's good to go. Got some hangers there on the wall. This was an original shelf that was in the boat. It was actually positioned over more in the center where these are. But I added the spice racks. I added the hanging rack for tools, and behind that is a knife rack. I also added these curtains because a lot of times late in the day, early in the morning, you get bright sunlight coming in there, so it makes it a lot more comfortable. In fact, over on this side, you'll see at the galley table, I currently have the curtains closed because I was sitting there writing and actually having a snack earlier. There's still some wine in my glass, and it blocked that sun that's shining in that window right now. Underneath this seat right here, there's some storage that I keep additional stuff in. That's mostly propane tanks, portables that I use on the fire, on the stern I should say, the Weber grill. Underneath, these are storage compartments. I store food in, my first aid, electronics for camera gear. I've got some more room over here with a backup solar generator. But during the day, I usually leave this side up so that I can access the refrigerator and freezer combination. Anyway, we'll walk out the back door. Well, I should show you the head. And I keep tools, my backpack for hiking, extra tarps. I hang my bag of extra cans and stuff that I take back for recycling. Rain jacket, towels are drying. I took a shower last night. And this is some of my shower rig, this tubing arrangement. And there's some paper for starting fires. One of these, I use a set of these weight bags, sandbags, for holding down solar panels when I have them tilted. A few wrenches there in case I need to change the prop, because you do run into rocks up here. Hangers up there for hats and excess bungees, and my anchor light for at night if I'm anchored out. Here's the aft deck. That on top of the helm is the tabletop fire that I use when it's calm out. It's not really good when there's much wind. I carry 2 7-gallon tanks, or 7-gallon jugs of water for washing dishes. These are dishwashing tubs, one for collecting water, one for soaking. This is my shower pail, shower base to collect the water, the shower post that I hang the shower and curtains on when I'm using it, and my Weber grill. I have a 60 horse Yamaha, as you can see. Other places you've seen the tow rig that I use for the kayak, the boarding ladder, which is also just a swim ladder, 30-pound tank of propane, and that hopefully will be enough for this trip. Underneath my table is the shower hot water heater. This is the 1-pound bottles of propane, and here's a support pole for the shower to help hold that rig up. Behind it is a pusher that can also be a say for pushing off the bottom if I get grounded. In the fitting there is you can put a paddle on there, so if I need a paddle in an emergency, that also functions as a paddle. 2 additional long lines in case for tying up in places where there's a long ways to a tree or something else that you're trying to hook up to. And then over here is the helm. I've got bilge pump lights, foredeck light, running lights, and depth sounder on that panel. And then this particular holder right there is for my tablet, a 10-inch tablet that I use for navigation. And then that's my sounder. In front of the windshield there, you can see the solar panels are tilted up to maximize the sun today. Since I did a walk around of the boat, I thought I'd show you this photo, which is from a previous trip, that just shows some of the key features of the bow area of the boat. And if you want to stop the video and look at this more closely, you'll be able to see some of the key features that I use on this boat.